Good morning, Alex. Thank you for having time for us again. We're both having, enjoy our talks. So today you proposed a very somber subject, and I guess the people will already know what we will talk about in the title of the episode. And as you know, I'm a parent myself, so I'm quite interested in this as well. But please introduce the subject, and then we start talking.
Yeah, this time I would like to get a little backstory, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting thing that I noticed. So from time to time, I work with some labels, let's put it that way, and one of their particular services is capturing video clips. And we work in like this team that working on this stuff. Not really mattered, and the thing is, one of our clients was a YouTube channel about kids stuff, and it's interesting thing about it that its channel belongs to 8 years kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
a child who's 8 years old.
8 years old, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And even not this thing most interesting in this all stuff. Like the most interesting stuff in this, when we worked on this particular video for this channel, this kid, how to tell it, interesting thing about it, there is a lot of people and some more closed people like just working silently, and this kid already have so developed social skills.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she were always in the center of attention. It's like she knows how to put herself, she knows how to I would say she spoke with people and behaved herself much better than I would do it like now.
Mm-hmm. I see.
It's just something like that. And I started to notice after this particular case that actually how did it happen? So today I think would be interesting to speak about how does it happen that some kids already have some level of how to say it, some level of experience that might be bigger than even experience of someone aged like me, because this kid communicates much better with people than even I do. And what I think it's interesting approach of parents, and this is the main topic I would like to speak about today. It's like what can we do for kids? I don't know how even pronounce this topic correct.
No,
I don't know if there.
I wrote down a few things, how we would title the episode or so. But yeah, what I kind of can put in here is, I have. You said the child was 8 years old. My daughter is becoming 8 next month, so I'm kind of in the same ballpark. And I'm, my daughter likes. We don't have a TV. So she likes to watch YouTube videos and clips and challenges and all these things, that entertain kids today. And also she asked me a couple of times, she wants to have her own YouTube channel. And of course, I talked with my wife about it, and we won't allow it at the moment. But on the other hand, I have my own YouTube channel, as you know, as we are on right now. So I cannot, it's like if you're smoking, you cannot forbid your child to smoke. You're not a good example. So, I'm seeing it more from the protection point of view, because, the internet is this vast space where everything is in there. Some really, really good stuff, some very interesting stuff, funny and whatever, but also the not so good stuff. And from what I want to talk from the perspective of a responsible parent, and how we deal with it. Maybe I give a little backstory here. I told you this before. We have she wants her own computer, of course, but we decided not to give it to her. She can use the family computer in the living room. So we, sometimes I sit beside her and see when she plays some online games or watches videos, and ask her what she's doing. And so basically I'm kind of watching over her shoulder and see what she's doing. And to get into your so this is how we protect her at the moment, because we see what she's seeing. In the long run, this will not work, because she will have to have her own computer, and we need to also let her go alone. Like you let her do things on the playground that she hurts herself and she falls down and scraps her knees and stuff. This is important. She has to make her own mistakes. You just should kind of make it as safe as possible. At least this is how I think about it. And but it doesn't help to protect her completely and take her out, because she's living in this world. Like you encounter someone who has far superior speaking skills than you, and she's so much younger. Yeah, when this is I think we talked about this yesterday briefly as we discussed this episode. I grew up behind the Iron Curtain. I think I'm a little bit older than you. I was 8 as we got the first telephone with a rotary dial and stuff. So I'm kind of, this was all for me. I'm not a digital native like our children are. So we get into this, I don't know, Instagram video world, to look good and on camera and stuff. Even with my daughter, when I make pictures of her or a video for her grandparents, because at the moment we are in COVID lockdown, so we cannot visit my parents. So we do a lot of videos, and she's always doing poses and like, she learned this. I remember as we were still living in another place, I wanted to take some pictures, and she did automatically. She did poses, and I was like, where did she get this from? So anyway, so this is my perspective, and I think I rambled on enough. And for you, actually, it's interesting, because as far as I know, you don't have any children, so it's easier for you to give advice, because it's always easy to give advice when you do, but I think you have valid points. I don't want to belittle your thing. I think it's very important that we talk about it and that we think about it.
I'm not trying to give in any advices as I don't have a children, but I am a brother of 9 years old kid, and I also, as a trainer, worked a lot with children. It's my favorite kind of client, and for this time I've been working with kids, I kind of learn a little bit about their psychology.
No,
I think I'm not going to speak about it from perspective of parent, which would be,
and that's absolutely
strange.
Good. Yeah, no,
I would speak about it from perspective of someone who just have some experience of conversation with kids, behaving with kids, spending time with kids, something like that.
No, it was more like I was in Germany. We have this joke that you always know exactly what a parent needs to do, and can help them and educate them, as long as you are not a parent yourself. Because when yeah, I would never do that, and I would never do, and that was my it's more like a funny point. So I think everyone is entitled to have an opinion and have something to add to it. And as you said, you work with children, you see them in a different way, and that's even good because we have two different perspectives we can put together at the moment here. I just wanted to say, I'm coming from a parent perspective, and this is also. You raised a good point here for me because at the moment, like I just said, we can control her quite easily. But of course, we can only do this here when she goes to France and watches movies or goes on the internet or something. We don't know. So my goal is to prepare her to make the best decision. I don't want to even say right decision when she encounters this freedom, and because she has to walk on her own. I cannot be there all the time, and this is exactly what I want from her. She goes alone to school, she comes alone home, so we don't check her. We tell her when she has to be at home. She has a watch. She knows when she needs to leave. We want to create, make her help to become a responsible person. Self-responsible, and this is what every parent, I think, should do. There's these helicopter parents who kind of shuttle their children to everywhere and everything, and I try not to be that, even if it's sometimes tough to let your little girl walk alone on the street and stuff. So there's dangers everywhere, but anyway, that's my point. So please go ahead with your perspective now.
Yeah, wanted to add a little bit. Also, my perspective as a brother, as I grown with my little brother, and we had this 6 years old difference, which is why I'm kind of had to be always, let's put it that way, father undercover father.
But you had to be the responsible one.
You have responsibilities of father, and you have power of brother. It's like you have you responsible for everything, but nobody listen to you. Something like that.
Okay.
And this is pretty interesting experience because it learned me to communicate without power position, without vertical subordination. Just like on the same level with the kids. It's like this is the first person who learned me is my brother, and then I took this experience. And when my sister got old enough to visit, let's say, my grandparents, it was in Belarus. The last time I saw her. This experience helped a lot to build a contact, because I don't know how it works in Germany or even in the world, but in our countries, I see it as a problem. The kids look at the adults like it's something big, danger, and strange. It's like they always afraid of you. Not from the point, where you don't know the kid, and it makes sense to keep away from strangers, but from simple situations when you, like me, get to know my sister, and you feel that she afraid of you, because it's like mindset to be afraid of adults. It's like adults are not friends to us. It's something like that sounds in their heads. And this is, I think, the basic thing that we should keep in mind, that to become now to become a good parent, basically, I think most important thing is to be able to be friend first of all, because uh, as a son and as a brother, uh, there is one thing: kids always growing up, and
They
when
do,
they
yes.
yes, and when they grow up, uh, that's kind of vertical relationships, parent kid. It just stops work in some point, and not even stopped works. It starts brings new trouble, like uh, lie, like secrets, um, something like that. This is what we don't want in relationships, because I think if we changed our approach to side of building friendship with a kid, like not from perspective of someone who's stronger or smarter. I just don't like when people behave from perspective of stronger. It's like
But
you teach your
Alex,
kid.
here I might interrupt you a little bit, because I'm not completely agreeing here with you. I understand that okay, that children perceive adults as danger or something. Okay, this I get, and it's not wrong, and it's be more cautious. But now as a parent, my role as a parent, as I see it, is I want to be the friend of my daughter. This would be very nice, but I'm not. I am the parent, and my responsible is to teach her to be a responsible adult, or to become a responsible adult. What you just said is, later on it will, the power structure will change, because now I'm the power, I'm the master. I can tell her do this and do that, and of course this will not work when she's I don't know, 14 or 15. Because when she has her own head, and I want that, and she also, even now with just almost 8 years old, she has her own head and she has her own thoughts, and I'm not here to how you say, crush them, and to not let her have it, and only my way is the right way. But on the other hand, I'm also she is a child, she doesn't know anything. It's very hard to say that, but she doesn't know the world. So this is my responsibility as a parent, to guide her a little bit. And there, I cannot be her friend. I have to be her master. She has to be obedient to me, because she wants to play on the street, but there's cars, so I have to, no, you are not allowed to do that, and I have to be very strict. Or she wants to, let's do this, and run off with strangers because we have a nice doggy and stuff. So I have to kind of teach her, this is not good, this can be dangerous, this can be hurtful to you, and but I have to strike the balance to also give her the freedom to experience, to make her own mistakes, But I am not her friend. That's my point. I think a lot of, more like in Western civilization, I don't know how it's in Russia and Belarus. It might be a little bit different. But a lot of parents try to be, to be just friendly with their children. And we take them as how you say, as equal counterparts, and they aren't. You should. This doesn't mean, I don't hurt my child. I didn't hit it or something. I just need to raise my voice, and this is enough for my child to know what's going on. And so I'm not an abusive father, but my point is really, as much as I want it, I want to, I play around with my child and I do really silly stuff, but she knows when I stop, that I'm like, okay, now it's enough, and now I switch roles in it, that I become the father and the parent, the obedience figure, no, the one who says what's going on, So, sit still, now eat your things, put on your shoes, do this and that. And, this annoys her, but my point is, I'm not the friend all the time. I'm being sometimes, and I like to be more her friend, but it wouldn't help her in the long run. That's the tough thing I learned as a parent, that as much as I wanted, my daughter, just for that you understand it, she has levels where she rates people, and I'm the least one she likes, because I'm the one who tells her what she has to do. Her mother is not so lenient, and her grandparents are really nice to her and let her have whatever. What do you want to eat for lunch? What do you want to do? We do everything. And she enjoys that, of course, and I know that it's easy to get her on the good side if I would do that. But it wouldn't be good for her. That's my point. It's hard for me that I'm like, as the dog of my parents was still alive, I was behind the dog on her scale. She liked me less than the dog. And that's a little bit hard to hear, but I can deal with that because I'm an adult, and I know in the long run she will understand. Once she's grown up and she's 20 or something, she will know, okay, what I did back then was to her benefit, because I wanted to get her to become a responsible adult, and not just coddling her and be always the fun guy and never say something bad and never say, okay, you have to clean your room and you have to do that. And, but this is my role. This is my responsibility as a father, as a responsible adult, to teach her how to live her life as I perceive it in the best way. Later on, you're absolutely right, it will change. The power thing will change, and we will become equals. And then it will be tough for me. I already know that, to kind of let go. When that this is not my little girl anymore, and she will talk back to me, and even has the right to do so, and has points on her own which I don't agree, but I have to accept. So this will be not easy for me. But I hope I will make it. I mean, there will be friction and quarrels and struggles and whatever. But this is normal, And I enjoy the time I have with her, and we go on long walks and play and do silly stuff. But I am also a parent, so I have to tell her sometimes, no, you're not allowed to do that, and this is not good for you or something, and she will not like it, and she will be pouting, and she will be upset with me, and even call me names and stuff, and then I say, okay, stop here, don't go any further, I'm not gonna be disobedient. And a lot of parents, and I'm closing with this, I see around. I don't get it. When I get my daughter from where she's playing, she comes. Sometimes she says, "Oh, Daddy, I want to stay a little bit longer," but we have to go home because there is lunchtime and whatever. And when I insist, but I have seen other parents who are like, "Oh, please come, and please come with us and stuff." I wouldn't go for that. It's not, I don't treat her like she's a trained dog or something, but she has to know when I'm in a playful mood and when I want to be her obedient, because sometimes I cannot let her have her will. You see what I mean? And I don't mean it in a bad way, but I know that I'm always right. I also say sorry to my daughter when I do a mistake, or when I was like, we all have different moods sometimes when she comes, and I'm not in the mood for any silly games she want to play, and I'm like, let me alone. And then I come later and say, oh, sorry, I was busy, or I was upset about something else, and I leashed out at you. So this is just basic human nature. Anyway, my point is, and that's why it's good that we have different perspectives. I am not the friend of my daughter. As much as I wanted to, as much as I really would like to, she is my daughter and not my friend. And you already touched on this subject. I will hate it that she will lie to me, and often I detect it, of course, if she's lying. Or if she has secrets for me, but she needs to have her own secrets, and she needs to lie to me once in a while. I understand this, and when she becomes older, and she likes boys or girls or whatever she likes, and this will be tough for me, because I want to know, because she's my daughter. I love her. I want to know where she's coming from and her thoughts, but she will not tell me everything. I mean, and I have to accept that. And this is also good for her to have secrets and stuff. Yeah, and I'm not gonna read her diary or something whenever she writes one or so. Anyway, sorry, I rambled on, but here I clearly have thought about it, a thing, because, yeah, as much as I want to be her friend, I am not. I'm her father.
Yeah, I totally understand your position and your perspective, because I had a lot of situations where, like you said, there is simple danger where you should be stricted about some kind of rules. And we also spend time with my sister and with a lot of different kids, basically. Thing is, people have, in my opinion, misconception of concept of friendship, because
Entschuldigung,
as
I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, I just sneezed. Sorry, go ahead.
I see. I just lost the picture, and I don't know why, and I don't see you anymore.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because I updated this system.
I'm still here, and I still see you.
Yeah, I'm not. So you know. So the thing is, as I see the friendship, it's not something like funny or something like where you can't say directly something, or even where you can't be restricted, because you can be that you don't behave with friends one only way that they will like you, right? This is what makes friendship is friendship. Like, you always can be a little bit more aggressive in some situations. I speak about adults and adults, not adults.
Yeah.
Right. I'm speaking about that kind of friendship, like not become a kid, not to go to same level of the kid and behave like that. How you say it on the uh, kid walks? They like, oh, let's go there. Oh, you don't want to? What will you eat? This is not how I see the friendship. I think this is the thing. We should behave with them like with adults, and this is friendship where you can be still restricted, where you can be still a little bit annoying, as you said, because it's okay for friends to be annoying for the good sake, right? It's like when you see your friend and your friend make a mistake, as a friend you tell it to your friend, right?
Yes.
No matter how it unpleasant to hear for him. And this is why I see the perspective of friendship is the best way, because this gives us trust element. Little example, kids pretty often being manipulative. I think you know that, right?
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah. So the thing is, here is how I see it. When my little sister trying to kind of manipulate, or let's put it that way, when something happens, when I feel like it's time to, as you said, go to more vertical relationship, right? Uh, I do it like you do it, being more restricted at some moments, right? Which is annoying your dollar, right?
Yes.
And this is what I do as well, but I not doing as power position. Like I do it like a friend that got angry, because instead of saying like, no, we're not going there because it's danger, right? uh, I'm trying to explain the position by maybe being a little bit more vertical, but basically I speak with her like I would speak with my friend, like, hey, I don't like you doing that, and I want you to stop doing that, like, and this is the reasons. Reason one, reason two, reason three. And if you want to do it, I will behave myself a little bit more aggressive to you, or something like that. But it depends on context.
Yeah, see, this is also, it depends on the age of a child. Because, if you have a 3-year-old child, you cannot say, okay, because we need to do this and that's why we need to go there. You just have to do it, I mean, there is no, I don't want to say they're stupid. We're not, but it's just not their level. I mean, there is a reason
An
why.
experience, at least.
Exactly, there is a reason why you are allowed to drive a car at a certain age or something. Because then you have this understanding. So you also have to see, where you are at the moment. And my point is more, I like that, of course, and I get your friendship approach, and I try this too. Trust me, but then I can easily switch more to, I'm the dominant power figure, so and she knows that, and I'm really, really happy, I don't have to to yell at her very often or something. If I sometimes have to kind of get her to do something what she doesn't want, then I just count.
Remind her.
Huh?
When you have to remind her. Right?
Yes, exactly. When I just count, like, okay, I tell her, if you don't do this, I count to 3. And I never have to say what happens at 3, because I rarely count up to 2. And then she does it already, because she's afraid of what might happen when I count to 3. But, this works for us quite well. And I don't want to frighten her, and I don't want to, use my power and be always the bossy kind of person. I like to be more the friendly, friendship approach, like you said. And I try this first, of course, But on the other hand, sometimes I need to do it, because she's a little child, and if she's, playing something and she's really happy with it, but I have to get her to do something, because I don't know, the train leaves at a certain amount of time. I cannot discuss with her, oh yeah, okay, then we take 2 trains later, or I mean, where I have to be strict, and this is the normal life. It's like, you are, as an adult, you have to do certain things. You have to bring out the garbage. You have to do this. You have to pay your bills. It's not like I want to. I would rather say, oh no, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like paying my telephone bill today. So, but when there's other things, restrictions in place, when it comes, the court comes to you and asks you or puts you in jail if you don't do certain things, or so. Basically, I'm helping her becoming a person who can function well in this world. around us. And this is my responsibility. And I don't get this by coddling her and saying, oh yeah, oh you don't want to do this, oh when we do it later and stuff. It's not the way it is. Once you're in school or on university or whatever, or on your workplace, your boss comes to you and say, do this. This is your job. This I want, in 2 hours, I want these numbers or something. And when you say, oh no, I don't feel like it, can you say it a little bit nicer? I'm completely, I mean, this is an extreme thing, but, I used to work in the United States, and there's a big difference in how people work. And I mean more like we talk. In Germany, you get a lot of people tell you, okay, this is bad and this you really suck at and da-da-da. And everything I didn't tell you, you did well. And in the United States, it's completely the opposite. I mean, I'm saying this extremely in both ways. In the United States, it's like you get praised for everything. I remember my boss told me, "Oh, can you do this essay thing and write down this?" And I did, And when he said, "Oh, Toby, you did a great job. This was, you did this very well." And I'm like, "But I just did what you told me." And he was like, yeah, but you did it great. And so it's the opposite there. You get praised for everything you do. And if you don't get praised, you should be a little bit alert, because then you did something not so good, Anyway, that's different approaches. And my point is, here in Germany, I need to get her ready for the world outside there, because I love her and I'm really on her side, but not everyone out there is on her side. And you know it yourself. I mean, when you go out and people don't like you, they talk different to you than people who like you. So, and that's basically it. I need to kind of get her battle hardened for the world out she will discover, and not everyone will be on her side and have her best interest in her or his mind or whatever. So I kind of need to make her strong, to deal with this world, basically.
Yeah, I understand that, and yes, there is basic thing that how to say it. The friendship is not something that you too careful with someone. It doesn't mean that what I'm trying to say. That it doesn't mean that you kind of. It's like you're still reasonable and you still can be vertically oriented, right? It's like that.
No, a good friend tells you the truth. That's what you're saying, and doesn't. I mean, it always depends on how you tell it. If you in German we say the sound makes the music. So sometimes it depends on which words you're using. So you can say it. It depends on your kind of friendship you have. Sometimes you can be really harsh and say, "Oh, you are an idiot. This is really wrong you're doing, and this is a good thing." Or you can say, maybe what you just did wasn't the best way, and could be done better. Maybe let me show you or help you or whatever. I get it. Your friendship approach is good friends tell you the truth. That's the most important thing. They don't tell you just what you want to hear. We want to.
Yeah, the approach of honest.
Yes,
friendship.
honesty.
Not the friendship where you just this kind of friendship where people just, "Oh, you're so cool. Yeah, yes. You're so cool as well. Yeah, we're so cool. Yeah." And then just it keep going nowhere. It's like, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I have to say to someone something important, and I don't care what he will think about it. It's like with my brother right now. I'm saying like, "Hey, I see this thing that happens. I think you should think about it, because otherwise you will be it will be not really good for you. And then he say to me like, it's not your deal or something like that.
It's not of your
and
concern.
then we become a little bit vertical, in vertical, but from friendship, it's like
and I think is you touched on something. You mean well. You mean you want to get the best for your brother, and also I mean well with my daughter. So of course I will be wrong sometimes, but most of the time I won't, because I'm older than her. I have seen more. I know more. And that's why I'm better suited to help her, guide her through this world. And if I do mistakes, like I said, I apologize and I say, okay, I was wrong here, or did this. And I'm also flexible, Sometimes I want to, like today is a Sunday here, and I want to go out with her and walk on the mountains surrounding this town here and stuff. But if she happens to play in her room and it's really into something, I'm not going to force her, So I'm also flexible. But most of the time, and most parents will know that, children are like, oh, I don't want to do that. And once we are outside and once you play with them or on the playground, or we find some interesting stones or leaves or whatever, they don't want to get in anymore. We don't want to go home. No, I want to stay. Don't want to go home and stuff. So it's quite, you always have to kind of kickstart things, and you, and this is your responsibility as an adult. You have to I have the best in mind for my daughter, but the best is not always what she wants to do.
Of course, and like with friends, friends is always not perfect people, and different people have different experience, and
different
some
needs.
of your and some of your friends can have less experience at something, right? And in the case of friendship, you can be vertical as well. This is what I'm trying to say, that friendship is not something that you don't want to do it, then we won't do it, or okay, 5 more minutes, okay, not problem. No, I'm saying like friends can get a little bit aggressive to each other. I don't know if aggressive is a correct word to use.
Yeah.
But
be very blunt and honest, maybe, we can be speak the truth, or as we see it, but this is, I guess, what you mean. We don't have to coddle it. We don't have to kind of put it like in very sweet words. We can be more harsh, more open, more heavy, in talking with each other. And that's fine, because that's exactly my point. You made it again, that the world out there is not it's not a cozy place. It's harsh. It's there's things that can kill you, and there is things that can really hurt you, or emotionally hurt you, or whatever. And that's fine, and you have to deal with that. So this is my responsibility as a parent, to make my daughter strong enough to sustain that. And if she needs help, I have a strong shoulder. She can cry here, or she can go to her mother or to her grandparents and whatever. I'm here to support her. And as much as I will hate it that she will get hurt by this world and by the people in it and stuff, it will happen. And then I have put in the foundation on how she deals with it. That's it. Because some people break by the slightest things and like, oh, I don't want to do anything anymore and don't go out and stuff. And I guess we both agree here, we want to be strong, responsible adults out of our children, or your sister and your brother, so that we are, strong in the world and can defend themselves. Of course, you're going to help them if they ask for your help, but you are not there all the time. I told you in the beginning, it's really hard. My daughter, she's very small and cute and little and cuddly and whatever. And for me, it broke my heart to let her go alone to school, and coming back alone. She walks with, and she's a little child. Everyone can kind of easily hurt her, and I don't want to think about it. But if I don't get her to become this responsible person who knows her way around herself, I'm not helping her. I cannot be there all the time. I cannot pick her up all the time. And I want, also to switch it back. So maybe one day she will take care of me. She will help me with things. Because when we come back to the thing I thought we were talking more about, the internet thing, she's a digital native now. She grows up with all this stuff. I'm absolutely sure she soon, in a few years, can tell me, oh, Daddy, you have to do it like this. Oh, you're really stupid. You don't know anything about Instagram or YouTube. What do you know? You know nothing. and she's right. I don't know anything, For me, this is all for... You wanted to help me... See, we forgot to talk about this with my Instagram posting, because I have no clue. Instagram. I don't even know how to go live on Instagram, because I thought, my radio show I can put also on Instagram live. I didn't found the option to do it. I'm stupid. Of course, I can go to online tutorials and find it out or whatever, but I'm kind of, I'm like, it should be so easy and I don't find it. Anyway, you got my point. This will also, like you said earlier, with a power hierarchy, it will change, because she will get into the position in a lot of things where she can tell me, how to do things better and stuff. But at the moment, I'm still the parent, and I mostly know better than her things. But yeah, this will change, and let me tell you, as a parent, it will not be easy to be told off by your daughter. Okay, this is stupid. This is do it like this and whatever.
I understand that a little bit, because a lot of stuff that I learn about business building, I learn from 19 years old girls from Canada, which is, you'll be like, oh God, where did she find all this information? How did it end up like that? And it's kind of, what? How did it happen?
Yeah, and it's just,
so, yeah,
I accept it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to accept it.
No, but this is like, I mean, this is kind of, I think, more like your emotional or your mindset. I know that I suck at a lot of things. So I'm completely fine with that. A lot of people know much more about things than I. And my approach to this is, when I ask them to help me and to tell me, or I ask you to do a cover for me, and because I know what you can do in 5 minutes, it would take me hours, and so I reach out to people when I have needs, because I'm honest with myself that I don't know anything, and that I have big deficits on things. So I reach out to people who are better in this, and I know, getting back to our topic, my daughter and your sister and your brother in certain things, they are better than you, and then you just have to accept and understand it, that they can help you in this. And this is not like the power structure shifts, of course, but it's a good thing. And you be honest with them, and so they will be honest with you, and I can accept it. That's my point.
Oh, I just don't see you, so.
I see. Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe don't restart. So we might lose the connection completely. Okay, no, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, and see, this is a good point. Maybe why I want to get my daughter to be a strong, responsible person, because then exactly she can help me. If I would always decide for my daughter what she has to do, what she can, when I would have to be always right and have to know a lot of things, and I don't know. And what do I know what she is really wanting to do with her life? I have some hopes and thoughts, but what really happens is up to her, because it's her life after all, and she has to be happy with it. So she has to kind of put the things in there what she really wants to do. And as you said before, with an 8-year-old child you discovered there, she wants to have her own YouTube channel, and sooner or later she will get it, and then we can use the studio here together. And I don't know. I'm in a way I'm looking forward to it, because she can teach me things and she can try out different things, and I would like that. I would learn from her, and it's also fun to have a podcast, or I don't know what she wants to do. A challenge show or so, but why not? I mean, we're living in this great world. I grew up with two different TV programs, and books and magazines and things to read and stuff. And now look at this. I can watch whatever I want whenever I want it, and blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. It's a different world. We are not. We have our own radio stations, our own TV stations. This will be visible for people. They can see us, even if you cannot see me at the moment. But we can see us, and we have our own little YouTube TV station. It's crazy, and for her, for them, for the next generation, this is all normal. We are not passive consumers like we were used to be. But I remember as a child, I need to go home because my show is coming on. Because if I don't see it, it will be gone, and it will not get reruns. And when videos came up, video cassettes, you could tape things, and crazy stuff. And for today, people will not even remember photos, In the past, you really thought about which pictures you take, because you have to develop them, you have to pay money for it. And today you're like, blah, 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 do everything. You just think about it, how crazy it is to make a picture of the food you're eating. And who's interested in that anyway? Anyway, that's a different topic. So as you don't see me, I give it back to you, because I ramble on too much.
So this is another thing I wanted to speak about. Is I'm really concerned about their information content safety, and this is something that I don't have to say anything about, because I know strange and scary stuff that happens in the internet. Maybe you remember what happened several years ago in YouTube. What makes them be more stricted about kids' content? I think they called it Elsa-gate. Have you heard about it?
I don't. I think there was an incident. I don't really remember. I have to say, I don't really recall. But I know they changed their policies quite a lot. And now when I upload things, I have to. Is this content for children and stuff?
Yes.
You have to put in a lot of different.
I think it was because of this Elsa-gate, and basically, it's when adults find out that they can manipulate, but by kids, by children, create some strange, really strange, damaging content, and they made these fake playlists where. And this is big problem from different perspective. We will come back in a minute to that. So they created these playlists like first 5 or 4 cartoons is okay, It's normal cartoons that you would turn on. This is the catch. And then there is a lot of bullshit that adults recorded or created for kids by themselves, and this is really damaging content. I can share with you some materials about Elsagate, what it exactly is. But when I found this problem, I actually found one of kids watching this. I just cannot find the matching words for this. It's not. I would. No, I shouldn't say it. I wouldn't be nice with a person who creates such kind of content for kids.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't really know, but don't share it with me, because I think there's a lot of idiots out there, and this is exactly my point as a parent. I have to watch what my daughter is watching. I mean, I have to see it, because the internet there's a lot of weirdos out there, and yeah, we have to protect them.
How weird these people are, and how they don't care what. Okay, I'm starting to losing control on myself. What about safety, information safety for kids? Can you say something for it? What you actually do for it? Or something like
that? Not much or nothing at all. I mean, what I just said. My daughter is allowed to use the computer which is in the living room, and we during the week. She has 1 hour computer time every day she can use for whatever. She can watch videos or play games. And on the weekend, she gets 1.5 hours. So, and and she got my wife to... it's actually funny. My wife plays now most of the games my daughter likes to play, because she got her to play the games and she's watching. So basically we're playing the games together, because the time is off for my daughter. She used her hour or 1.5 hours on the weekend, and then she gets my wife to play. And she can watch, and basically we are playing the games together, and that's actually I think it's funny, but I think it's also good, because my wife is there to play, and they're doing something together, and it's kind of also a relationship building process for them, because when we discuss the game and stuff, so even if it is silly in a way. It's not a bad thing. So anyway, to your question, this is the only control we have at the moment. She doesn't have a cell phone. She doesn't have her own computer in her own room. But yeah, later on this will happen, and this Christmas, her grandparents already wanted to buy her. An iPad, so she can do things on her own in her room, and we kind of said, no, please don't do that. Even she wished for it. She wrote a list to Santa, and we sent it to my grandparents, to my parents, to her grandparents, and we're gonna buy this, and this will be great and stuff. And so, no, don't. So I discussed with my wife. I mean, sooner or later she will have it. She will have a cell phone and a computer. And honestly, that's why it's good that we talk about it, that you bring it to my attention. I have not really thought about it. I know there is apps where you can restrict things, and settings where you can kind of limit the bandwidth, or it stops after a certain time. But we're talking about digital natives. Sooner or later, they will be intelligent enough to get around this. So my only approach at the moment is to get her in her mind responsible enough and strong enough to only do things I think would be good for her. But of course, she will do also fine things. I hear only stories, that in schools, on WhatsApp groups or wherever, Telegram groups, they post, really silly stuff, or abusive things, or children pornos, or beheadings, or all the bad stuff you can find. So my approach at the moment only is to make her strong to withstand this if she discovers this. But yeah, I don't have any security measures so far. As I said, we sit next to her when she is on the computer.
Yeah, there is thing that it may be effective to create little internet world around the kid, but you cannot keep this kid in this little internet.
Yeah, you in the little North Korea you built for her.
Something like that. Yeah. And I don't know what to do with this particular problem, because I know that how it's easy, and adults usually get into these content traps as well. And it's hard to get out from these content traps. I am in some kind of such content traps. My brother or other people I know. Some people, I think, still watching memes or stuff like that. This is another topic, but yeah, it's all something that I'm trying. The point is, we are not really native with internet, as you said, and how to teach kids use it when we don't know how it works. This is
exactly.
The difficult part of the question.
We are the blind talking about color. We don't know anything, and
yes.
and I know, like I said, I know there is restrictions and there is locking options and whatever, but we will outsmart our children, and we should, and this is good. So I will maybe put in some restrictions on her computer once she has one, but I also know, if she's really intelligent and not too stupid, but I hope, of course, she will find her way around it, because, she will talk with other children who have the same things and stuff, or she will go to someone who has no restriction and all this. And, so I think the only thing for me, like I said a couple of times already, is to make her, to make her become a responsible person. To know how to deal with it, and if she encounters something on the internet that upsets her and stuff, that she comes to us, to her parents, maybe more to her mother, and gets consoled and taken care of, and we can talk about it, and I hope this will happen, so that I always keep an open door policy, that she's not afraid to talk with me about the bad stuff that she encounters. So this is how I want to tackle this problem, because I don't know how to do it on my own. I fall into these traps as well and stuff. And I mean, we talked about the, if I have a story here.
Okay.
A friend of mine, he studied in the university, and he did some reports about neo-Nazis. So he used his computer in the university to Google or to look up a lot of neo-Nazi sites and stuff and all these information, and got into the forums and chat rooms they use and stuff. And he noticed, because he's also a little bit how you say, IT affine. He knows a lot of things. That his connection got a little bit slower sometimes, and then he realized. I have no proof for this, of course. It's just a hearsay story that he was tracked by our government because he was going to sites where were suspicious sites. The people where people are who I don't know want to overthrow the government and talk about building bombs or whatever. And so they tracked him. And he realized, his speed was a little bit down, and he looked what was going on, and so there was he got a little Trojan horse that kind of was sending stuff back. Anyway, it's just hearsay, and my point is here. We talked about the Tor browser, which kind of helps you to cloak you in the internet. So if you want to do some searches that nobody should know, not even your provider, because your internet provider also knows all the sites you're going on. Your wife might not know that you're going to some porn sites or whatever you're gonna go.
Now we have to explicit mark on this episode.
No, I'm just talking about things. But your provider does know, So we keep a lock on a lock with a G on the stuff you're browsing to. So they have your browsing history. As soon as you are on the internet, we are now on the internet. So our providers know that we are talking. You're talking with Germany, and I'm talking with Russia, and I don't know. If things change, this might be suspicious or whatever. And what are we talking about here? We will put this out in the open later on, so everyone can know what we are talking right now. But anyway, sorry, way off the topic now. My point is, I know all of these things, and my daughter hopefully will know much more about this than me. So I think it's a laughable approach to kind of keep things from her if she knows. It's like, I don't know how a car works, and I'm kind of, just taking away something from the car to not let it run for you. And you are a car builder, and you build cars all the time. So you know exactly, that you just have to put in the spark plugs and it will run again. So that's where I'm really, from the hierarchy structure, she's more intelligent in this than me, or will be. Maybe not at the moment because she's just 8. But when she's 12 or 14, I'm pretty sure she knows more about the internet and how to use it than me. So how can I kind of confine her in this, in the world she knows much more about than me. So that's my point here.
The way I see it is this content traps or stuff like that works if there is empty space in the head of the person,
This is more like the psychology you're talking about now.
Yeah, because what I'm trying to say, that technology is just something that expand that already is in mind of a particular person, whatever it is, kid or adult. It's like if you have something in your head, the internet, it just makes more of it, This is how I see it. And if you filled with music, makes sense that you will find a lot of information about creating music, promoting music, and stuff like that. If you're all about cars, it makes sense that you will get a content without even noticing how it works.
Yeah, the algorithm do it for you.
Yeah, it's like it became so natural that we don't even notice this technology. But the thing is, if you log out from YouTube and just go to their website, main page, homepage, you will see the stuff that you didn't think that exist because it didn't exist in your head. It didn't exist in your particular world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how it works with children. What I think is uh, it's just about creating a good habits, a good
Exactly.
mindset, and this is a whole. I don't know. It's just hard to get a good understanding about that, how to create this mm, mindset, strong mindset.
Oh,
If
you
love music, she will find information about music. If you're
mm-hmm.
hello,
Exactly. No, you're breaking up a little
do you
bit.
hear
I
me?
think the connection is getting worse somehow. You were your picture was out, but anyway, I understood what you were saying, and this is exactly my approach. We will need to make them a whole person, our children, so that they don't have the need to get reconfirmation from people they might not know, that they do pictures, sending out pictures just to get confirmation that they are beautiful or what they are worth something, or all these things, craving attention and stuff. If we give them there is not such a big need for them to get it from somewhere else, which might not be in their best interest.
What I think is this internet. It's like it's like every people have thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I want you to think about music, I speak with you about music. Like, let's think about this particular stuff with creating music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm trying to say with kids uh, control their internet behavior. It's like controlling their mindset. It's
Mm-hmm.
impossible to me.
Yep. Exactly.
Uh, we can make them think about something particular, but we can not make them do something opposite,
Mm-hmm.
like to
Exactly.
make them not think about something.
You
This
know
is
this
like
pink
we
elephant
cannot.
thing. This pink elephant
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, pink
Do not
elephant.
think about pink elephant and the first thing that come in. And yeah,
It's a pink
I
elephant.
use
Exactly.
this thing actually. Yeah. I mean, uh, when you don't want to people to think about something particular, you just don't speak about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it a lot actually. I just stop speaking about something that not really good to discuss. Instead offering some interesting topics, or mm, not even interesting, but more good topics. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. More
More good topics.
healthy topics, maybe.
Yes, something like that. And this is how it should work with kids. I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm wrong because not everything is can be solved by this ignoring, method.
Yeah,
But
sometimes
with
you have
adults, it's
to
just
have
like that.
a hard conversation, about things you don't want to talk about. Once you discuss death or illness or something, um, this will be not nice, but you cannot avoid it. One day you have to talk about it. So let's see how things will. I mean, this is our journey together here as a family. So when it's I would like to, if it's okay with you, to I mean, we can go on for hours because we will not. But I hear my family is up, and I would like to have breakfast with them. Um, So if it's okay with you, I would stop here, and thank you for for all the insight, because I mean this is we can only scratch the surface here as I see it. We can only put in our point of view and get people to think about it. But we cannot solve it, and it's something different for everyone. I have only one daughter. If I would have 5 children or something, I would have to deal with it differently, because 5 children are 5 different individuals who are kind of different behaving and have different needs. A friend of mine has 3 children, and they're all very different, and we talk about it sometimes, that how he, with him, he has to be more firm. Here, he has to be this and that. So, it's kind of, they are their own individuals, our children, and we have to take them as these, how we are, hard to say. But I hope you get what I mean, and I hope the people out there. Yeah, exactly. There are different needs, different friends, different approaches, different strategies, different likes and dislikes and whatever. And this is fine. And it can change as well. Anyway, so thank you very much for your time. It was, I mean, I'm pretty, we should do this again. Because maybe I will do some more research, and the next time we talk more, we get a little bit more into depth, because here we just scratched the surface. But next time we can go maybe more into, just illuminating 1 or 2 aspects of the whole thing. Because you said something about the girl you found that has a lot of, financial knowledge already and stuff. This would be interesting, how to deal with that. And anyway, I'm hungry and I would like to eat with my family, if it's okay with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time.
Episode. Yeah.
Okay.
See you next time.
See you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.